From Python, we'll use SQL Alchemy to connect to MySQL database, run a simple query and create a pandas data frame. First, we'll import our pandas library, import pandas as PD. Now, then we'll start using our SQL Alchemy. So, from SQL Alchemy import, this is what we will be using for to connecting to our database. Now we are creating a connection string now using the create engine. So we'll say my connection equal to create engine. Now all the stuff will write here, connection string MySQL. This is our database we are using, MySQL DB. Now 2/, then I will write my user ID is root here. You have to use your user ID and my password is test here, @ localhost, then I will say my tutorial. All these values will change based on your connection or your installation of MySQL. So you may have a different user ID, password and the host name, and localhost port number, this may change also. So this, now we have connected to our database. Now let's create the data frame. Sorry, first we will execute our query. So for that, it is better we write the query first. So we'll say query equally, our query is select star from student. Is the student is our sample table. The SQL dump is available in the link at the description, so you can create it. I am just limited records, so where I am giving a where condition where class equal to 5. Fine. So this is my query. This query I had to execute. What I will do, I will create my data equal to PD. It's the pandas library what I have imported at the top. Read SQL. This is the method I am using. This will take the first the query, then the connection. Connection is my connection. Fine. Now after this, I will just print my data. My data is my data frame. So if everything is fine, let's run it and see the output. Yeah, you can see it has returned me all my 3 rows, 3 records are there in class 5. So it has returned that, and a data frame is created. We'll see how to pass the parameter to the query and execute it. So we'll copy this 3 lines because we don't want again the connection string. Same connection string we'll use. Pasted it here. Select where class equal to 5. Here we'll use a parameter. So we'll say we'll remove this and write %s because it's a string we are passing. So here we'll say params equal to, we'll write a tuple here. In the tuple we'll say 5. Class 5 we want, so we are written. Now let's execute it. We have used a parameterized query because the data passes to the database separately, not as a part of the query. So that is to prevent the injection attack. So when you are using a data from external sources, it is always better we used a parameter query. So let's run this. You can see with this we have passed the class 5. So all the records of class 5 has come. We'll try to pass more parameters to our query. So let's paste this code. Class we have given, we'll add now and ID in, let's say for 2 parameters we'll say. So percentage again, percentages. Fine. Here we'll say now this time we'll use a list instead of a tuple. So we'll say class is, let's give it as 4. Now one more element, let's say it's 6 and 10. So this is the parameters what will be replaced there. So one is the class, this will 4 will go there, and this ID in, this 2 IDs 6 and 10 will go there. That's all. Let's run this. Something has gone wrong for us. 6 10, 4, 6, 10. Okay, sorry, here we have to, it's a list, so square bracket. So let's run this. Okay, now you can see 6 and 10 of class 4 is displayed. We'll add a index column. So we'll copy the code and paste it here. This time we'll go for class equal to say 5, no more parameters we are using. So here we'll remove all this parameter up to this. Fine. Now you must have seen here that data frame adds its own index. Instead of that, we will tell that you use the existing index column in the table. So we'll say index call equal to, we'll say there is a ID field there. So let you use that. So let's run this. You can see it has called, but it has used the ID of the student. So 7, 8, 10. It has not added its own incremental index to this. So we can specify which column to be used as index column. Now we'll specify what are the columns required. We have used the same code, but this time instead of using a query, we'll use the table name directly. So this query line will comment it, or let's remove it, this line. Now here we'll, instead of a query, we'll write student. This is the student table which has 5 columns. So now we'll specify, here we'll remove this one, we'll specify columns equal to, let's say we'll get a list. So say ID, name, these two we are collecting. Now that's all. Let's run this. You can see only ID and name are coming. It's say all the records are coming. So 35 records are there, but 2 only, ID and name. So we can't use a query here and give the columns read, because the query itself will specify what are the columns required. So whenever we are using a table, we can specify what are the columns required. By default, it will pull all the columns. So if you remove this, now it will execute this, it will pull all the columns. You can see all the columns are collected. We'll use chunk size. This let's slightly change our, again we'll use query here, query equal to, let's say select star from student. Now here in place of that we'll write query, we'll remove the our table name. Now here you will use chunk size, let's say 3 rows at a time. So chunk size is 3. Instead of we'll say print my data next. Next is it works with the iterator. So this is because it's a iterator now, so we can use next. So print next my data. Now to differentiate between these two, one more print we will use. We'll say end of first set. End of first set. Let's little decoration will add. So we can differentiate between the first set and next set. So I will just copy this and I will paste it here. Now 2 sets of data will be printed with a break in between. So let's run this. Sorry, something again wrong. CH I missed. Chunk size, fine. You can see 3 records, then end, then next 3 records. You can just buy the ID here, 1, 2, 3, then next set 4, 5, 6. This is how we'll get a chunk size. Means we can specify how many records are required. By changing the query part, we can get different way of data from our table. Let's just paste our common code here, whatever we are using. So here let's remove this index option. Minimum we have kept query and connection. Select from student, where we'll say class and count. So select class, then count. So we want how many records are there in against each class. From student, group by, sorry, I'll write group by class. This will tell us that how many records are there in each class. So let's run this like that. The various okay, 8 1 5 3 4 9, so different class have different number of records. Like that, by changing the query part, you can get a various data like what is the average mark, what is the maximum mark, what is the minimum mark against each class, and we can do, and that we will handle by changing the query only, nothing else. No data frame or the methods and all remain same, only the query you can change it. You can get a list of such available queries in the link provided in the description.